Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I have a very exciting video because I ordered the Furls Streamline Metal hooks. They came out with these hooks a little while ago, I think back in November when they were doing their Black Friday sale. But they have come out with limited edition colors, so some of these I'm pretty sure are the limited edition because I ordered 3 different colors and 3 different sizes, but they did not have all the sizes available in each color. And I think there's 3 limited edition and 3 non-limited edition colors currently on the website as of now. So I ordered 3 different hooks in 3 different colors. So I'm going to open them and then we're going to see how they look. I'm also going to be comparing them to their resin hooks that I ordered back in July last year, because these are supposed to be ergonomic handles. So let's get on into it and let's see how they look. Okay, and now I'm showing a close-up of what the metal looks like for the metal streamline hooks. I'm going to zoom in and show what the tips of the crochet hooks look like. So far, they look beautiful. Okay, and now I'm going to be doing a top-down view of the hooks. I'm going to zoom in so you can see the hooks up close. They grab dust very easily. You can see a little bit of dust speckles all over them. These are brand new out of the box, and I just grab the dust very quickly, I noticed. Okay, here are the hooks. This is the size I'm going to be using, the 4.5. I let them like warm up a little because they came absolutely freezing because they were mailed in the cold of winter. So I got a new skein of yarn to try to test them out, see how they feel. So I also have my pattern with me, which I'm going to be using this for. I just wanted to put them next to each other to see what they look like. This is the 6mm versus the 4.5mm. Try to just bring it in to see the tips. The reason why I didn't get a 6mm in the Streamline is actually used to look use the 6mm for loops and thread, and I have switched over to the 5.5mm. Height comparison, it does look like the resin one is ever so slightly taller, but I don't know if the camera's picking up well, but this is way like thicker than this one, and the point of the tip is this is more thinned out. Well, this one isn't, which also could do with the height, because this one they are able to thin it out longer. The resin hooks, as you can see, like the glitter, and is just absolutely beautiful. These are very shiny, and the gold one, because this one they come in polished and matte version. This was my 4mm one. It is stunning. The camera's not picking up as well because I have lights, and the lights are kind of toning it. It is stunning. And I think for these two, it really is fair game, which, like, this one doesn't have the look of the glitter and the resin like mixed in, swirled in together, but this looks absolutely stunning. So beautiful. The blush one I thought would be my favorite. It's a little warmed up now that I've like put it in my hand. Of course, this one does have like a weight, and you can just see like the comparison. I know it's not exact as they're not exactly the same, as they're not the same size, but I am a little surprised that a 4.5mm would be thicker in the base compared to 6mm. Now this one's still very cold, as I haven't been using this one. But when it comes to their size, they're very similar in like base size. This one, I want to say this one's slightly bigger, but that just could be like the camera tricking me. This one, of course, will have a big base. I don't have my 9mm on me, my 9mm resin. I ended up buying, this one was a normal hook, and then I bought a mystery pack, and they ended up being exactly the mystery ones, and I ended up buying one of the mystery ones, which have a defect, and they end up being the same design, very coincidentally. But as you can see, these one, I think, yeah, like the base actually might be similar in size. It's very hard to tell just because of where it like tapers off, and that depending again on the size of your hook, and these being very much different size hooks. I used to use a 9mm hook for the size 7 of this one, but I've switched to 7mm now. Well, it's actually my first time owning a 7mm. I have an update on the Furls crochet hook. I got the crochet hooks in February. I ordered them at the end of January, received them February, and in March I started to realize there was something a little bit off about the hooks. That there was something wrong with the tips. And I'll include photos, but with this red one, the 7mm, there were like little silver dots on the top. There's like one on the bottom. And with the gold hook, it looked like there was a chip. Again, I'll include the photos. And I was very concerned because these are the hooks that I used the least out of the 3 hooks I bought. The 4.5mm, it was the one that I had used the most, and it did not have any chips or marks. And so I was very concerned, so I decided to reach out to customer service and see what they had to say. And they explained to me it was the way that the process of it, that when they do the process, which I'll include the rating of how they describe the process. I don't want to mess it up, but they did explain the process to me and said that's where they hold the hooks. And I understood that because with a 7mm, they're just like silver dots, so I could understand something holding it and causing those marks. But with a 4mm hook, it really just looks like there's a chip at the top versus little marks or indentations of where they were being held. So they said that they were going to send me a new package of a 4mm and a 7mm hook. These hooks are in different colors because they gave me options of what they had, and they were different than the ones that I ordered. And I'm pretty sure one of these are a new color that I don't have because I got gold, red, and blush, and there's another color in here. One of them is the same color just different hook size, and then one is a completely new color. So I'm going to change the camera view, and then we're going to unbox the new hooks. So I did want to include this in the video because first of all, I got new hooks. I did want to include the fact that they did have those marks and one looked like a chip versus the actual marks. But also because these hooks are about $26 American, they are $39 where I'm from. And I also have to pay shipping. So they're quite costly. $39 to have what I thought were chips, which I'm still, the gold one, I'm still a little bit worried that it was a chip. And the red one, it does just look like where they held it. So I'm very thankful that the customer service was very sweet, very kind. They looked at my photos, and if they sent these hooks, I'm going to compare. I'm going to see if they have the same marks. If the gold, like the 4mm, looks different, if it looks identical, if it has the same mark or if it's less. But the reason why I was picking up, because I can feel it, it feels sharp. It feels more sharp than they're like supposed to, because of course inline hooks have a little bit, yeah, like this is just like a little point, but this feels sharp, and I just don't think that's because it's a smaller hook. It's just because of the fact that it does have those marks, which I think is a chip. So I'm gonna open this and then we'll get into it. They included a little hook. I'm just taking out my address from the box. This is what it looks like. We're just gonna into it. Also, I'm always a little, last time I did not receive the first time I ordered, I got a sticker, and I'm like, do they not include the stickers anymore? I don't see the sticker in this paper. I'm like, did they get rid of the stickers? They wrapped it up real good this time. I feel like there's more wrapping than last time. Okay, the way to open the other end. Furls. Both of them. The same boxes. Okay. Let's get into it. Let's check them out. Oh, here is the brand new color of bronze in the 4mm. Oh yeah, that is 1000% better. There is no sharp feeling to that. Yeah, so this definitely, oops, sorry, all the paper. Let me get all the paper out of the way. Like I was saying, this is the gold one. I know you can't see it, but I'll include a photo. This has a sharp feeling. This does not. So this definitely 100% was chipped. So I'm very thankful that I got a replacement because this was actually chipped. It was not from the points. I know it's very hard to see. I'll try to include a photo of both the points now, but I can even see it with my own eyes. It is very much, I'm trying to see if I can get it, but I'll have to include a photo. This has a chip, this does not, so very thankful for that. Now let's check. Let me open it. Keep sure I open the right side. This is going to be the 7mm. And this is in gold. Okay. This is what it looks like. I'm just going to compare it to the good old red. These are them next to each other. I'm just going to look up close. It has the marks, but these ones, I can't, again, include the photo. You can kind of see the little silver. This one has a lot less, and I don't know if it's just because the color is closer to it. Like the gold is closer to the silver, and the red is just so different that it's very clear. But I do, in my personal opinion, think both of these tips look better. Of the gold 7mm and the bronze 4mm. This one feels significantly better, and this one just looks better on top. So I would have to say that they are better. So like I was saying, in the package it did come with a little thank you card, which my previous package did not. It says thank you for your purchase, even though this was not a purchase, it was a replacement for the hooks. Now I will include photos. I'll have to zoom in and include little photos, but 100% the new 4mm is not sharp. It does not hurt. This one is sharp. It hurts. Like, there's a difference. It's not because it's just a smaller hook. It's very much, this had a chip in it and this one does not. And like I was saying, this one, the red, you can see the dots so clearly. This one, you can see like a little bit of marks, but not at all as significant or as prominent on this one. And again, I said it might be just because it's gold and the gold is closer to silver, where red is very different from the silver, or it just so happens to be like that. I don't know, I feel like this hook feels thicker and heavier. Weirdly, like I feel like it looks wider, but it's probably not. It's just probably, no, it is. The gold 7mm is wider. I'm like looking at it, and it's most definitely is. Yeah. It looks definitely, I don't know if you can see it because of the lights. I have little lights, but it looks thicker, in my opinion. This point looks wider. I don't have a measuring tape on me right at the moment, but I do, if I have to say, this does look a little bit thicker and feels heavier. The point is a lot shorter as well. Like the little inline part is shorter. I'm gonna have to switch the camera around so you all can see that, but this 7mm hook is not at the same, it's not the same. Strange, very strange. The 4mm hook, I would say, is better, but it's better when it comes to, the printing is not as clear, but the tip is a lot better. So it's a little strange that the 7mm has such a different drasticness to it. Okay, I'm gonna switch the camera back around so we can get a look at what I'm talking about. Just trying to help you see what I mean by the tip. But I don't know if you can tell, like this one is, trying to get it. Yeah, the red tip looks longer and bigger and wider, and just, those don't look like the same tips at all. Trying to really give a good look at them, but yeah, no. The red one's longer. Definitely longer. Quite strange. And like I said, the gold one, in my opinion, the hook looks thicker. That might just be me seeing it. I know the red looks bigger, but it's the reflection of it. I don't know, they might be the same size. I'm trying to measure with the measuring tape, but I don't have one that goes around this small of a size, so. But the tips 100%, like the inline part of the hook is so much longer. And it's like not as pointy on the top. Like this is more pointed and this is more rounded up here. So strange. So absolutely strange. I include a photo, of course, as well, but definitely not the same height or length. They look like completely different. This kind of looks more like a tapered hook bit, and this one looks like an inline. Like they look like they are not even the same type of hook style. Strange. Okay, like I said, the photos I will include here, but yeah, okay. I'm a little upset and happy at the same time. I'm very happy that the 4mm bronze hook, the new color, this one, is not as sharp. It clearly was a chip. It was not from the part that they said that was where it was holding it during the process. I'm very happy. It feels better. It doesn't hurt to work with. And I'm pretty sure that's why I was having struggles with a Pacific yarn that I was using, that I was going to do a review on. My hook kept getting stuck in the yarn, and I 100% do think because it is sharp and it has a jagged tip, and I would not be surprised if that was what was getting caught, and that's why I could not get the yarn to work as easily as it should. So I'm very happy that this feels smooth. It's not having like very clear indications of marks on the top. There's no chip. Very happy about that. But then it comes to the 7mm hook. And like I said, I'm going to include the photos so you can see better. But this is shorter and it is more blunt than this one. And then that gets to me. They're $39. If you're American, they're $26, and you can get free shipping if you spend a certain amount of money. Where I'm from, they're $39. You can get still free shipping, but then you still have to pay duties and fares and all that. So when it comes to that, these are $39 hooks, and there's inconsistencies with just the two sizes in different colors. This tip, the little, I don't know if this is the tip. I don't know what you call this little point, but it is the actual hook part of it. It is shorter. The tip is more blunt. And there is a difference. I'll include the photos. It won't be the most clearest because when I try to zoom in, it gets a little more blurry, but it's very clearly shorter. And that's disappointing. And it also is disappointing that this tip does look like it has less marks on it. So the hooks that I got received first, which had less wrapping, this one definitely was wrapped more. There was double of the gray paper. The first time there was only one gray set of paper and the brown paper. This one has brown plus an extra set of the gray paper. There's an inconsistency when it comes to the hook. The first hooks were less wrapped, still wrapped very well, but less wrapped. And the hooks I received had more marks, or like this had more marks, the red one. This had a chip in it. The hooks that I received are in better quality, but this one, the 7mm, the tip is different. The hook part is different. But then the bronze one is better. It's the same hook size, and it's better condition. There's no chip. The fact that I could receive chipped and more messed up points with clear indications of marks should not have happened in the first place for $39 a hook. But also, I'm disappointed that my replacement is completely different hook. The hook is different. Like, it's shorter for the price of $39 a hook. Even at the price of $26 a hook, I would expect more consistency between the hooks, not so much inconsistency between color and sizes. I'm not going to reach out to customer service already. They were sweet, they were kind, but I don't want to seem like I'm being overly annoying or asking to try to get like free hooks or something like that, because that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm very happy with the bronze hook. I'm very happy that my new bronze hook came and it works, and it's, you know, not sharp. It doesn't have the chip anymore. It seems to be better quality. I am very disappointed though the 7mm. I would have been over the moon if the 7mm gold one came like the bronze one did. With those marks, because it does have less marks on the top. They already got rid of that part. But the part that bothers me is now it's clearly, this is shorter. I don't know if that will affect my crocheting. I don't know if that make a big deal. But it should not be different just because they're two different colors. They're the same size hook. There shouldn't be a difference in this part. The actual hook part. Again, the photos will clearly show that they are different. Even from the side, from the front, they are different. That shouldn't happen for $39 or $26, depending where you're from, what you pay for the hooks. That shouldn't happen. I know that this is like a business, and they're making them themselves, and of course, you know, things happen, human error. Not every hook is going to be 100% exactly the same, but the 4mm hooks are the same. The only difference is one does not have a chip, while the other one does. The new one I received does not have a chip. So they could do better quality. It sucks that because the gold one is better quality because it doesn't have those marks so clearly. But then the tip is different, like the hook part. Let's go over the pros and cons. I think at this point the con is kind of the price. I know that the resin and the metal hooks are the same, but I feel like for the amount of inconsistency that comes with the hook, and the fact that depending where you live, it can go all the way up to $39, and you can get hooks with chips in them. You can get hooks with different size tip. That price comes with that price is a con because I would expect more higher quality for that price. And I know some people are going to say, well, this is a business, and you know, they're not as big as other companies who can maybe make more high quality hooks or more consistent hooks. And there are a luxury and you're paying for it. I'm pretty sure they're a small business. I know they make a lot of hooks. I'll correct if it's not a small business. I'm pretty positive they're still considered a small business, even though they have definitely grown in size and popularity over the years. But I'm pretty positive they're still a small business. And so you're paying a small business price for something that, like this. But all that being said, $39, $26, those are still high price points, and you would think to get something consistent, something more consistent. Like you can get a Susan's bait hook set 5 or 6 depending if you want with handles or not, cheaper than one of these hooks. That's even if that's, you know, so to keep that in mind. Of course, Susan Bates hooks does not compare to these. I love, like, I'm gonna get into the pros. I love that they are one piece, that the handle is not separate, that you're not having a separate texture in between, that they all go into one. You have the ergonomic, the handle in one with the actual hook, and it's comfortable. And I do like working with them. I switched to working with the 7mm recently more. I was using 4.5 more, and I love it. I've been working, and I love the hooks, and they're smooth and they're nice, and I've been having less pain. Another pro, less pain. So they're smooth to work with. They're less pain. They feel nice in the hands. Like, yes, they are. There's pros. I'm very happy that I purchased them, but I do think the price and also the time it takes to get here is my only real problems with it. I think my biggest problems, again, if these 7mm hooks were not that different, I'd be like, yes, 100% get them, go for it. You might have a little bit of issues with your first hooks, but if they're changing it and they're packing it the way they did the bronze one, absolutely fine. But the fact that this is shorter, and I know I sound like a broken record saying that over and over again, but for the price and the time that it takes to get here and shipping and all that, import fees and all that, it adds up, and I'm still a little disappointed. I'm very glad. I'm very happy with the bronze. So if I were to rate these hooks, what rating would I give them? I would give them a 7 out of 10. I know some people would probably give them a 10 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 because they're almost perfect. But in my experience, I would give them a 7 out of 10 because, first of all, my first hooks, sorry, my hands are up like that. My first hooks came with a chip and came with more marks. Then when I received my replacement, one was great. And this gold one, I would give this one a 10 out of, this bronze one, I would give 10 out of 10. It's great. It looks great. It's awesome. It doesn't like have as much like, I don't know the way they do exactly the process, but the gold ones you can see more lines in it versus the bronze one you don't. So I would even say like the bronze gets a 10 out of 10 and just gold hooks in general I would rate lower at like 8 out of 10. And with my blush one, where I put my thumb is kind of left a mark. It's like it's unbuffed the polish and you can see my thumbprint there. That's why I was given an option if I wanted any of these hooks to be in blush, and I chose not to. I chose to go with bronze and gold. But if it comes to colors, I would choose bronze. And even though the red had the marks, I would choose red because you don't see the fingerprints and you don't see lines as much in the colors. The limited edition, I'm pretty sure, are the bronze and red. And then there's one other color, the limited editions I preferred over like the gold one. I don't know if the gold is limited edition. I know they have 3 regular and 3 limited edition ones, but I prefer the bronze and the red. So this hook, because it has marks, this hook is like 7 out of 10. This gold one, again, it still gets a 7 out of 10 because the top is better, but then the little hook part is shorter. So they both have their imperfections. This 4mm is like a 6 out of 10 or even a 5 out of 10 because it does have, it's sharp, it has a chip, it's not as well. My 4.5 that I don't have on me right now, that has the buff mark, that one I've loved working with it. It came with no chip, it didn't come with no problem. The only thing is you can clearly see my fingerprints in it, and that would probably give it like an 8 out of 10. So, but in general, my experience and the fact that I have to talk to customer service, that I paid so much, that shipping took long for both of them to come, and I know they can't control shipping. Sometimes you ship it and it takes like the company, like once it reaches your country, it takes a while, and they are not in control of that. But all that being said, it would be like a 7 out of 10 experience, and some points were like a 6.5. But the fact that I did receive one hook that is in the better quality, and that my 4.5mm hook came in better quality when it first came, that does probably bring it up to a 7 out of 10. I would say my final verdict is, if you want to get the hooks, definitely get it. They are worth it. They are a luxury. They do feel nice. They do feel smooth to work with it. Just be wary that there's a chance that the hook you will receive will not be of the best quality at the first time. And just be aware that you might have chips, and if your 4mm hook or whatever hook feels a little too sharp on the tip, do not afraid to zoom in and take a photo. And if yours look like mine, or just let this video be a warning, if your hooks look like that, there might be something wrong with your hooks, and that's not the way they're supposed to look. I know that the customer service that I worked with said that that's just, the silver dots is just from the way they're held, but the 4mm versus 7mm, they looked very different. And having now two 4mm, I know that the gold one in particular was chipped. 100% was chipped. I would say buy them when they're on sale. Buy them when they're on 15% off for their birthday sale or their Black Friday sale, or when you sign up for the first time, they give you a 15% off code. Buy it with the code. Do not pay full price for them. Do not pay full price for them. And again, just be aware that there's a chance that your hook may or may not come with a chip, and that's the thing. And there's a chance that you might order the same hook twice and it will be a little bit shorter, but they're really nice to work with. They do feel really smooth. I've been having less pain in my hands and my shoulders and my elbows, so I really do like them. I'm just a little bit sad, and now that I have these hook and my resin hooks, which are different sizes, I do not think I'll be purchasing from Furls ever again just after this experience. I'm happy with the hooks that I have. Mostly happy. Again, a little bit disappointed with the gold 7mm, but mostly happy. And for now, I'm done buying Furls hooks. And I hope that you enjoy the video. And oh, I did say I was going to include some photos of the plushes that I made using the hooks, so I'll just include the photos. I'll just include the photos of the plush I made using each hook size. But that was all. Those were my opinions on Furls hook. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next review. Thank you. Goodbye.